We did a deep dive on the best games on Steam that are natively available for macOS. If you are interested in trying any of them, be on the lookout for the discount offers we'll link in the description. Those let you get the Steam version of the games at a reduced price. Now let's get to the list. Baldur's Gate 3 drops you into one of the most reactive RPGs in recent memory. Every choice can twist the story in wild ways, making you feel like this is a real living and breathing world. Its cast feels alive too. Each companion or side character is portrayed like an actual human being and not just a fantasy trope. Then there's the tactical combat, which rewards creative chaos, throwing goblins off cliffs, setting oil ablaze, and comboing magic like a D&D genius. It's pure freedom and storytelling mastery, and a must-play for genre enthusiasts. Think of No Man's Sky as the ultimate space exploration game. You can chill explore billions of planets, each stuffed with life, secrets, and materials to turn into massive bases or fleets of ships. And though the game is almost a decade old, new updates keep expanding the universe for free. It's a truly huge game with a mountain of content that just keeps getting bigger and better. One of the best examples of developer support done right. To describe Stray in a few words, it's a moody adventure game set in a cyberpunk universe where you play as a cat. And it's the cat that steals the show. It's the most realistically animated, photogenic, button-mashing feline ever to claw through a neon city. The atmosphere is the next big selling point. It oozes cyberpunk melancholy with a soundtrack that nails that lonely, beautiful vibe. Though a bit on the shorter end, the game is emotional, beautifully detailed, and with a story that's equal parts tender, mysterious, and poignant. Cyberpunk 2077 is hands down the biggest title currently available for Mac. This futuristic, action-focused RPG has many strengths, but to me, its setting, the Night City, is the biggest star of the show. It feels alive, crowded, dirty, and gorgeous, all the things a dystopian future city is supposed to be. I also enjoy the reworked combat that finally makes every character build feel lethal and stylish. Layer that with top-tier writing and cinematic quests, and you've got one of the most immersive sci-fi experiences you can have on a screen. Valheim is survival gaming wrapped in Norse myth and cozy vibes. You start naked with a stone axe and somehow end up sailing longships through misty seas and fighting mythological monsters. What I personally love about this game is its perfect progression curve and the deep building system. The haunting soundtrack that turns every foggy morning into a mood is another highlight. If you are looking for a perfect blend of relaxation and adventure with a Viking flavor on top, look no further. Balatro looks simple and is basically brain candy. It's a poker roguelike where every hand you play mutates with jokers, multipliers, and absurd synergies that keep you sticking around for just one more run. The vibrant presentation, the groovy soundtrack, and the addictive gameplay loop are all reasons it so quickly became such a huge hit on Steam. It's strategy, chaos, and dopamine packed inside what looks like a casual card game. Lies of P takes the familiar story of Pinocchio and twists it into a gorgeous, brutal Souls-like. What I like best about it is its razor-sharp parry combat and the ability to mix and match weapon parts for crazy builds. The setting is another standout, a twisted Belle Epoque world filled with puppet nightmares. Like other titles in the genre, Lies of P is tough but fair, and it's also stylish in a way few Souls-likes ever pull off. If you like pain and polish, this one delivers both. Dave the Diver is the definition of weird but works. You spend your days diving for fish, nights running a sushi bar, and somewhere in between you're dealing with ancient ruins, farming, and a ton of goofy humor. It's chill one moment, frantic the next, and it always manages to surprise me. Above all else, its variety is its strongest point. The game never overstays its welcome, but it always leaves you wanting more. Football Manager 2024 isn't as flashy as other football simulators, but it's dangerously immersive for the right player. Here, you don't play as the players themselves, but as their manager. Might sound boring to some, but to the right crowd, it's one of the most addictive games possible. It's got an absurd database depth, gives you tons of tactical freedom, and nails that feeling of pulling off a 95th minute winner after hours of tweaking formations. An easy recommend for any soccer fan with an analytical mind and a thing for Excel spreadsheets. Hollow Knight is the indie title that single-handedly redefined the genre. Its sprawling labyrinth hides secrets on top of secrets, and its silky smooth combat rewards precision and bravery. Every boss fight feels like a dance, backed by one of the best soundtracks in gaming. The atmosphere, the art, the quiet sadness, it's all masterfully balanced. That balance is maintained in its sequel, Silksong, which delivers on the years of hype. Hornet, its protagonist, moves like lightning, with new tools that make combat and exploration faster and more vertical than ever. The handcrafted biomes are bursting with color and secrets, and the boss variety keeps players on their toes. It's everything great about Hollow Knight, just turned up, faster, sharper, and somehow even more beautiful. The long wait? Yeah, it was worth it. Frostpunk is a gloomy city builder survival title with a steampunk vibe, set in a post-apocalyptic frozen wasteland. It's got a satisfying gameplay with good variety, but its biggest standout are the moral gut punches it keeps throwing at you. You'll debate child labor and faith policies, while your population is a day away from turning into human icicles. It's not a game about thriving, but about scraping by and constantly balancing morality and survival. The sequel scales the cold into the political. Instead of just managing coal, you're juggling factions, ideologies, and the crumbling remains of hope. It's bigger, colder, and somehow bleaker as it forces you to build a society that might not deserve saving. It's got even more complexity with the new city planning systems, and it still constantly tests your morals, pushing you towards tyranny at each step. It's less, can you survive, and more, what will you have to sacrifice in the process? Hades is all about its fast, fluid combat that never gets old. Every death feeds new storylines and boons, so failure is actually turned into progress. On top of its addictive gameplay loop, it's also got incredible voice acting, unique myth-punk style, and an absolutely ripping soundtrack. Hades 2 keeps everything fans loved and goes even harder. The fights feel faster and flashier than ever, and the game expands the world with more biomes, deeper builds, and a slicker presentation. Players call it Hades but more, and that's about the highest praise a sequel can get. In Rust, you wake up naked with a rock on a beach, and within hours you're either raiding a fortress or getting betrayed by the guy who helped you build it. It's survival, but not only against the elements and the wild animals, but also against your fellow man. The sheer unpredictability of its multiplayer aspect is its biggest draw. The PvP tension, the base building creativity, and the social anarchy. Every server's a story generator that's equal parts hilarious and frustrating. To understand Enjoy, think The Sims, but with more realism, animation detail, and storytelling tools that let players direct their own mini-movies. The game's visually stunning and full of customization, more than you would ever ask for. What I like most about it is how expressive it feels. Every movement, every room looks handcrafted. So if you like The Sims, but also crave a different flavor of life sim, go try Enjoy. Factorio is pure engineering bliss. You start with a pickaxe and end up automating an entire planet. The game's basically a huge, bottomless optimization rabbit hole with flawless performance even once your base gets ludicrously huge. It's all about making the biggest factory you could possibly make and then falling into the even bigger rabbit hole of the game's thriving mod scene. At its core, Factorio is problem solving turned into a lifestyle. Part puzzle, part symphony of conveyor belts, part chronic addiction. So that's our list of the best native macOS Steam games to play on Mac this year. We are fully aware that there are tons of other noteworthy titles, so we encourage you to share your favorite ones in the comments section. Thank you, until next time.